Welcome back to our channel, everyone. It's been a while since we've posted any content, any new stuff. So let's just catch up for a bit. We'll go back to the start, where the reason we started this channel was to document what Max and myself were doing for his epilepsy. He was diagnosed at 5 years old, which progressively got worse with medication. Over 12 years of medication, all those harsh drugs not really doing anything for him. Things gradually got worse. These are the only changes we saw. After all of that, I realised that he was being probably more impacted by these medications than benefited. So I had to change my direction, had to change my approach to what was going to help Max get some sort of control over his seizures. There was times where he was having 50, 60 plus seizures a day, small myoclonic seizures, what used to be referred to as petit mals. They grew into grand mals or tonic-clonic seizures, which is what they're referred to as now. So with all this medication and everything going through his system, which were meant to prevent all of these seizures, or at least control them somewhat, he was getting worse. So we had to find different ways of doing things. And it's always been my duty as Max's father to be the one that he can trust, the one who has his best interests, in a world where control and autonomy isn't really easy for anybody, let alone somebody with chronic epilepsy or any chronic illness for that matter. So yeah, discovering the unseen and the power of energy is what led us here. We've done a lot along our journey. In our previous videos, none of that's really been explored or shown, but we've come to understand that knowledge is power, and that's what we've given ourselves, and so we can now share it, hoping that anybody with chronic illnesses like epilepsy or anything similar can take away some things for this, and hopefully find some relief, the relief that we have. Max had at one point spent 2 years seizure free with a lot of the stuff that we'd done. Unfortunately, that was undone after he had a full anaesthetic to repair a broken tooth, which ironically was done an injury from his last tonic-clonic before he had the 2-year period of freedom. So when he had that operation done, shortly after that, all of his seizures came back and progressively got worse again. It was a whole journey in experiencing the benefits of detoxification, limiting chemicals, heavy metals, eliminating all of that stuff from the body at the same time, as well as focusing on his parasympathetic nervous system, allowing him to relax, and using certain techniques to do that. So after all these seizures came back and started again, he had a period there where it was almost constant myoclonic seizures. 5 out of 7 days we were in the emergency room in hospitals, because obviously that's an emergency situation for anybody. So the only advice we got from the medical world, or the Western medical world there, was up the medication. It wasn't, we weren't looked at, we weren't seen face to face, spoken to face to face. It was all somebody relaying information to a person who was apparently the neurologist. We just got told, relayed a message again to say that, you probably should just up this certain medication of Max's, which I had done before and hadn't worked before, and I couldn't bring myself to do again. So that's where I introduced the Solex AO scanner. So using the technology there, scanned his voice, and that gave us personalised harmonics to use, which is what you can hear in the background now. I leave it running overnight, sometimes during the day if I forget to turn it off, and it's proven to be very valuable. It was only a matter of weeks, a week or two later, after this period of really uncontrolled, constant seizing, that Max was back to going to school without seizures. He does still have the odd one now and then, because it's a work in progress and it's never going to be a linear improvement. But there is improvement, and it's all based on sound, frequencies, and everything that is and ever was and will be vibrates with a frequency. It's all energy before it's anything else, and we're the same. So it's not new. It's not a new theory. The Chinese gong, for example, the Aboriginal didgeridoo, all the sound healing technologies, and it's been used for countless thousands of years in civilizations long before us. It's not new. It's not mystical. It's not. It's how it is, and it's been identified and used for a long, long time. And it's not to cure anything. This scanner itself doesn't cure a thing. It's not to diagnose anything. It's simply to bring balance back to the body, bring it back in a natural state so the body can actually heal itself. And we all know that the body does heal itself. If you cut yourself, it'll repair. If you cut your arm, it's going to repair itself. I sort of realised this after my knee reconstruction many years ago, a football injury. I tore my ACL, my anterior cruciate ligament in my knee, and they repaired it with part of my hamstring tendon. Now that's obviously very different tissue, but being put where it's put, my body knew what to do. It's now a proper functional ligament, just like anything else and around it. My body knew what to do. It did it itself. I didn't consciously turn that tissue into a ligament. My body did that itself. The doctor didn't put any special juice in me to make it happen. It was a natural process. So those processes are there, and as long as it's on the right frequency, those can be optimized. And this is what the basis of the scan is to give the body the frequencies that it's lacking or it needs to balance. And it's only one part of what we're doing. I've got right here the Solex 660 band, which is red light therapy. You wear it on your wrist. It's pretty simple. There it is, nice and bright. Put it on your wrist where the veins are nice and close to the skin. It's for circulation, it reactivates your nutrients, blood plasma, all of those things. It's even good for pain relief. But just having these couple of things in our daily life now has made a massive difference to Max. So the sounds behind me now in the background that you can hear aren't random. This is the personalised harmonics that tailored to Max and what the frequency he needs. The evidence is there. The improvement is there. It's real. It's tangible. Ever since I started doing the inner voice scans and using the harmonics for Max, he has improved out of sight from where he was. He had basically a body full of chemicals and poisons and things that we had to get rid of, and we had to restore the balance after that. What we did with the scanner is so simple. It's just simply energy. It's not new. It's not a new theory, as I said. It's just energy, and it works.